Alright, so just a quick review. You have a chord. First thing you do is figure out the fifth. Is it a perfect fifth? Perfect fifth, then you have to figure out what the third is. Is the third major? Then it's major. Third is minor. Then it's minor. If the fifth is an augmented fifth, chances are it's going to be an augmented fifth. You can do a quick check and make sure that it's a major third, but it'll be a major augmented chord. If it's a diminished fifth, chances are it's going to be a diminished chord. You can double check and make sure that's a minor third. So it'll be just a quick reminder, we have major, minor, diminished, augmented, alright, major, remember it has all of them in the key, they're all in the key signature. Augmented, you raised the fifth. Minor, you lower the third. Diminished, you lower the third and the fifth. For seventh chords, you have a major, dominant, minor, half diminished, full diminished. Major has all the keys in it. Dominant, you flat the 7. Minor already has the flat 7 and the flat 5. Half diminished has the flat third, flat 5, flat 7. Sorry, flat third. Full diminished has a flat third, doubly flat. So if you're going to do like a C7 chord, C major, all the notes are in this key. You flat the 7, so it's basically a minor 7. That makes you dominant. Your minor has, you lower the third, lower the 7. And for a half diminished, lower the third, lower the 7th, lower the 5th. For full diminished, not just lower the 3rd and the 5th and the 7th, this you also doubly lower the 7th. So that gives you your major, dominant, minor, half diminished, full diminished. Alright, so we got to add a note to make each one of these a major triad. Alright, so if I put a dot for a note here where the B is that major? Well, G to D, that's perfect fifths. Alright, so that's good. Now, G to B, if G is B in the scale? Yeah, there is a B, so that means it's major. How about this one? Now, if I put a G on top of this, what is that going to be? It's going to be a minor third. So you're going to have a C, and in the key of C, there's no E flat. So that makes it minor. So we can't put it up there. So we got to put it down here. But for it to be a major chord, it has to be a perfect fifth. Remember, a perfect fifth is the same accidental, so we have to have that accidental. And just do a quick check. In the key of E flat, A flat, there is a C natural. All right, how about this one? Put a B on top to make a perfect fifth. Key of E flat, there is a G. So it makes it that. How about this? If we put an F here, what happens? Well, I can make it an F sharp, but in the key of F sharp, there is an A sharp. So that doesn't make it major, that makes it minor. So let's put it on top here. So now we have a perfect fifth here. In the key of A, there is a C sharp. This one probably has to go here. So you have a perfect fifth here. So in the key of E, there is a what? There's four sharps. Number four sharps is F, C, G, and D. Well, it means G's got to be in there to make it major. All right, so these got to be minor. They're making all these minor triads. All right, so I can't put an F down here because that makes it major. You know, because in the key of F there is an A because there's only one flat, which is B flat. So A probably goes up there. There's your minor. Remember how you figure out that? Make the major first and then bring down the third. That's a perfect fifth. In the key of A, there is a C sharp. So that would be a major third. So you're bringing it down, so that means it's C natural. All right, putting this in here. You still have the perfect fifth there. Now in the key of C, there is an E natural. So to make that minor, you have to do what? You have to smash it. So make it E flat. And this one, I put below, will that work? Okay, it's still a perfect fifth. So the key of F, there is no A, it's only one flat, which is B flat. So that means it's down, funk it, and that means a minor. Okay, how about this one? If I put a D on the bottom here. The key of D, well, that's perfect fifth there. The key of D, there's supposed to be an F sharp. You know, there's an F sharp and a C sharp in there. So there's supposed to be an F sharp, so instead we shrunk it down. So that makes it minor. What about this one? In the key of D flat, there is an F natural. There is an F natural. Key of D flat, there is what? B, E, A, D, and G. So nothing's happened. So that's major. How do I make this minor? You lower the third. Make it a half step. All right, so the key of D, we have a perfect fifth. All right, the key of D, is there an F, what? It's supposed to be an F sharp, right? So we have D and F sharp, but it's not. That means it's been shrunk, so it's minor third, so that means that is a D minor. All right, so according to this, do we have, what would be the E? Well, if we just do the major first, let's do a major chord here. All right, so a major chord would be E. There is a G sharp, and there's a D sharp in the key of E, right? All right, so that's gone. So that means it's a dominant. So it's just a simple E7 chord. The way pop music does it. Dominant 7, just a simple E7 chord. All right, it's a perfect fifth. The key of A flat, there is a C natural, so it's an A flat chord. What about this? That is a diminished. It's supposed to be a perfect fifth, which means there's no E there, E flat there. So it's been shrunk. So if you look at the keyboard, you'll see that it's been shrunk. So that is A diminished. All right, what about this one? F, A, C, and E. All right, now you make this into a dominant, so you do E flat, so that's a F7. Okay, so let's write these chords. So G, B, D, F. In the key of G, how many sharps are there? Just one, F sharp. So if the F sharp is there, that'd be a G major 7 chord. It's not. It's been shrunk, so that's a G7. That's all you need to do. Okay, key of D. Well, there's an F sharp in there, right? There's an F sharp and a C sharp. There's your F sharp. There's your D chord. All right, F minor. All right, in the key of F, there is one flat, B flat. It doesn't exist here. There's nothing here, so that's okay. So that's an F major chord. How do you make it minor? You lower the third. All right, a C7. Okay, that is a major 7. Okay, what do? I gotta make this a flat 7. It makes it dominant. That's a dominant 7. Now how do I make this a minor 7? Flat third. All right, now I need an F augmented chord. How do I make that augmented? Well, nothing would be here, same thing as the F here, so nothing's here. I gotta make this fifth augmented, so I gotta stretch it. So I gotta sharp the C. Alright, so how do I make this a major triad? Well, I have to do something in the middle here. So how do I make this a major? Well, in the key of A, there's supposed to be a C sharp. There it is. Alright, we'll write this one. Make this a major. Well, first I gotta put this as a perfect fifth. So I have to match these two. So the key of D flat, is there an F? Yeah, it's F natural. Alright, what about this? Well, I can't put one here, a C down here, because if I do that, that makes this minor. Yeah, it makes a C, E, E flat, and G. So I gotta put it above it. To match those. So there we go. Is there anything else I need to do? Nope. What about this? Now I could put a G sharp here, but if I put a G sharp here, I also have to have a B sharp in there. So I can't do that. So let's do this and sharp it. So in the key of B, there is an F sharp and D sharp. That one's got to be in the middle. The key of D, there is supposed to be an F sharp. How do I make this minor? Well, if I make it as an F, if I put an F here, that makes major. So I need to put it above here, and that'll be A minor. It's A minor because in the key of A, there's supposed to be a C sharp, and there isn't one, so it's minor. Put that there. Right now, this is major because G major only has an F sharp. So I have to put a flat there to lower it. All right, what about this? If I put down here, what do I gotta do? Well, remember the interval with, has to be the same accidental for a perfect fifth with the exception of B and F. That's why we didn't have one here. That's why that had to be sharp, else it would have not been. It would have been the tritone, the augmented fourth, diminished fifth thing. So, because that is that, we have to do this. And the key of B, flat, there is supposed to be no D. All right, what about this? If I put this C here, that means this C, E, G, that's a major chord. We need to have a minor chord. So we gotta put it above here. And there we go, that's it. In the key of E, there's supposed to be a C sharp. And it's not, so that's minor. What about this? The key of E flat. The key of E flat, there's a G natural in it. So we gotta lower that. All right, popular symbols again. All right, that's a perfect fifth. So it's got to either be major or minor. Key of G is supposed to be it's only supposed to be an F sharp. It's B flat here, so it's been lowered. So that's G minor. All right, let's do this one. A, C, E, and G. The key of A, there is a C sharp and a G sharp. What's the difference? That's gone. That means this is dominant 7. So it's an A7 chord. All right, this one, the key of D flat. There's an F. It's not flat or anything, so just a D flat major chord. What about this? Well, we got a diminished interval here. It's E. So an E diminished. Alright, so in the key of B, key of B is supposed to have 5 sharps. Alright, so that's, 5 sharps is F, C, G, D, A. Alright, so that's gone. That means it's diminished. That means it's dominant. So it's dominant. And that's gone. So that means it's minor. So it's a B minor 7. All right, let's do the chord symbols here. All right, in the key of F, all these are, the only thing that's affected is the B flat. So that's a major 7. To make a dominant 7, flat to 7. A major has a C sharp in it. G only has 1 sharp, so I have to make this minor, E flat the 3rd. What about this? So if this was a major, you'd have this. In the key of D, you have an F sharp and a C sharp. To make it minor, you make that dominant, make that minor. There you go. All right, there's your major. So we need to make this an augmented. We need to raise the fifth to make it augmented. All right, this one, remember, you have to take the expanded chords and simple them. So just basically counting all of those and putting them into a triad. So let's go through these. What do we have? We have a D flat. We got B flat, stack the thirds, and F. Is that it? Yep. Flat D and F. Make it look a little cleaner. So this is your B flat, D flat, and your F. All right, let's make these. What do we have here? We have a G, we have an F, we have a D, we got a B, and we got an F on top. So what do we got? We got G, B, D, and F. If you want to do it on top, you can do this. All right, what do we got here? We got an F sharp, an A, and a D. So we got a D, F sharp, and A. Or a D, F sharp, and A. All right, so we gotta figure out what triads we can use with these things. So here's the first note. So let's stack the note on top. All right, we need to make this a major. All right, so those two are the same, that's fine. So we have to make, in the key of D, there is a F sharp. The key of G is only an F sharp, so nothing's there, so that's it. This one, you gotta make the perfect fifth there. So for B. Key of E flat, that's all there is. All right, stack up these. Key of A, there is a C sharp. All right. Now we're gonna have this. All right, so let's stack the thirds. All right, so is that in the key of A, would normally have a C sharp, so we don't need that because it's been lowered, and a G sharp, which has also been lowered. All right, how about this one? Is that fine? Yep, because in the key of E, this would be D sharp, so that's lowered, and the third's lowered from G sharp to G natural. What about this? The key of F only has a B flat, so this is a major, so we need to make this flat to 7 to make it dominant, flat to third to make it the minor. All right, key of C, no sharps or flats, so make this flat to 7 to make it dominant, flat to third to make it minor. This one's all the inversions. So if we're going to have F, bring the F on top, be first inversion, and then bring the A on top, be second inversion. Same as C, make this C minor, flat to third, bring the C up, and then bring the E flat up. All right, so D augmented, Right? Key of D, there is supposed to be an F sharp. Right? Remember, this is supposed to be augmented, which means that we have to expand it, so we have to raise the fifth. And then this is first inversion. And then take the F and put it on top. There you go. So let's fill out the chapter 9C. In the key of B flat, there is no D flat. So that means it's been lowered. So that means B flat minor. All right, how about this one? Key of G is supposed to be an F sharp. It's been lowered a little. So that means it is a G7. In the key of D, there is an F sharp. So there you go. All right. Because what notes we have here? We have an E, we have an A, and a C sharp. There you go. A, C sharp, A. Or you can do it up here. A, C sharp, A. What do we have here? We got a D, we have an A, we have a C, and an F. So it's just stacking up the thirds here. D, F, a C, or a D, F, A, C. What do we got here? We got a C, an E, G sharp, all right, so what are these? The key of A, there is a C sharp, so this is an A chord. In the key of D, there's supposed to be an F sharp and a C sharp. Since there's not one here, that is going to be a dominant 7. This is not a perfect fifth. This has been stretched, so that's going to be, let's see, augmented. I'm not sure why they call this major minor 7th chords. It's dominant 7th chords. Anyways, they're asking you to make dominant 7s. Key of E flat has how many flats? 3 flats. 3 flats are B, E, and A. All right, so as your B. Okay, so that's your major 7. So you have to lower the 7th to make it dominant. Or major minor 7, but dominant 7th chord. The key of G is supposed to have an F sharp. We don't need it, so we lower it because we're making it dominant. The key of D is an F sharp and has a C sharp in it. So we don't put the C sharp in there, that means it's lowered, that makes it dominant. Remember, D, F sharp, A, C sharp. That's your major, that's your dominant. And the key of B is supposed to be D sharp, F sharp, and an A sharp. If you don't put that down, that'll make it a dominant 7. Okay, minor triads. Make sure these are equal. That makes it perfect fifth. Do I need to do anything to do with this? No. G sharp major would have had a sharp in there, so we're lowering that, and that makes it minor. This one, make sure we flat it. The key of D flat, there is an F natural, so we have to make it minor. So we gotta make it F flat. All right, let's make that a perfect fifth to make that equal. Same accidental. The key of A flat, there is a C natural, so we have to flat it. All right, that's all. That's C major. To flat it, flat the third. All right, and let's do these inversions. That's G major. We have to lower the third. Bring the G up, then bring the B flat up. Okay, key of E, same thing. G sharp. And this one is going to be augmented. There you go. All right, that's it. I will see you guys later.